Good afternoon, soul family. Welcome to today's Source First channeled card read and teachings for the collective. You'll have to excuse my throat. I've got a bit of a sore throat today, but I felt called to do this reading. I'm just going to clear the energy. I'm actually in the cabin, Perfect Therapist cabin at a charity farm in Wrightington. I haven't done a reading in here for a long time, so I'm just going to clear the energy quickly over the cards and the crystals. Absolutely love that triangle, crystal triangle. Right, I was drawn to open with this deck here, which is the Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I've already shuffled and I've already asked Source to channel through me to deliver messages for the collective. Please excuse my plaster on my finger. Right, it's been a day, hasn't it, since I last did a reading. Lots been going on. Right, let's see what Spirit's got to say. So these cards are dual messages. So the back says, I don't know if you can see because of the light, going beyond. And the message is beyond is infinite in all directions. So you may very well have found yourself a niche in life. You are in a comfort zone. That's what I've just been told. You're in a comfort zone. And Spirit is reminding you that beyond your comfort zone, beyond your niche, you are able to go in any direction you choose. It may very well have been that you knew what you wanted to do before you even left school, and you followed that career path, and that's worked out really well for you. And that's wonderful that you knew what you wanted to do and you've achieved what you set out to achieve. But now you kind of might be feeling a little bit stagnated, a little bit bored. You might have achieved your goals and thought, well, that's pretty much it, you know, that's I've done what I came here to do. But no, there is more for you. There is much, much more in any direction you choose. Remembering that you are a soul first. You are an infinite being, endless creativity, multidimensional, and you can go and do and be anything. There's a little message for somebody. Right, we're moving on next to the Sacred Forest. Remember I say that I've got a deck, Sacred Forest, that I've got a deck at home as well, because I love this deck so much. I like to use it in all my readings. Sorry, I'm shuffling off camera there. Oh, Dragon Power. God, you know, I'm still being called in to reconnect with my dragon. Do you remember the other week I was telling you, and I still haven't done that meditation? Oh, shame on me. So that's an 11 card, which is steady on there, Spirit, which is a master number, which we don't reduce the master numbers. And 11 are all about intuition and spiritual alignment. Remembering that's why I say that I have my 1111 on my arm. It's about spiritual connection and your illumination, basically, your spiritual illumination. And the message with the dragon card is power. If you you're thinking about, you know, the actual dragon itself, there's nothing more magical than a dragon, is there? You know, we read about them when we're small in the fairy tales, and I remember going to bed and reading about one of my favourite stories had a dragon in it. The dragon in the cave that was supposed to be the, you know, the big baddie on the hill, but it was actually just afraid and scared of the villagers. I was just having a drink there, sorry. I almost want to say that that's protecting you. There's an energy protecting you. Has anybody actually tried to tune in with their animal guides, animal spirit guides? I did actually post a link. Let me grab a pen, because I keep saying I'll post that link, and then I totally forget what I'm posting. Then I have to troll through the video to find what I've said. So let me just grab a little bit of paper so that I can write down what it is that I need to post for you. So animal, well, actually not animal guide, is it? It's just guide. Connect with your guide. There's a wonderful meditation that I listen to. Connect with your guide meditation. Okay, right. So can you see she's kind of sleeping, and she's very fairy tale, isn't she? Illuminated with the moon. Moons represent illusion. Not all that you see from the light of the moon is real. But you are protected, and there is power behind you, surrounding you, over you. I'd like you to really do that meditation to see what you can connect with, because I feel like you're somebody who might feel that they're alone. Maybe you think that you're fighting this battle alone, that you're doing everything yourself. Maybe you're a single parent. Maybe you've got elderly parents that have passed. You know, you've no brothers or sisters. Yes, you've got friends, but maybe there's nobody that you can actually physically rely on. And maybe you're feeling that you're alone, and Spirit is reminding you that there are beings and ancestors in the spirit realm that are protecting you, and they are powerful, and you also have the power to call them in. I really would very much like you to do the connect with your guide meditation and see what comes through, and come back and let me know, okay? The next card out was the Bluebird Spirit Happiness, and number 7. Sevens in numerology represent excuse me, spirituality as well. It's about inner wisdom, analysis, truth seeking. They don't want me to deliver this message to you. Closing up my throat chakra here, which is actually why I was drawn to this this crystal today with the blue for the throat, because I'm having issues with the throat today. So I wanted to be able to communicate with you clearly. So Bluebird and happiness. If you think about little Bluebird in the morning, you know, it's sitting tweeting, not a care in the world. And Spirit is reminding you that when we get to adulting, you know, it can be very overwhelming. It can be very burdensome, and not something that we optionally would want for ourselves, but we have gone along with life and got drawn in, and it's kind of, we're not able to back away from the responsibilities that we've taken on, and we often lose the joy and the happiness. And this is all connected to your inner child. Remember, I talk about this a lot. So the inner you, the little you, that maybe whose needs and wants and desires weren't met when they were growing up. Well, we get accustomed to what we've not had with the inner child, and that's why it's so important to do the inner child healing work, where we can reparent that child to become accustomed to new ways of thinking and behaving, and new belief systems can be installed in the the inner child. And Spirit is reminding you that happiness and joy do exist for you, and you just need to tap into those. Whatever it is that makes you happy, and I'm always guided to say this when the happiness or the joy card comes out, with Chris from Minnow Pond Tarot, where he always says, you know, whatever makes you happy, even if it's worm farming, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter how anybody thinks it or perceives it, or what anybody thinks about it, sorry, or perceives it, or what they have to say about what makes you happy. Just go do it. Think about a child, you know, they don't do something because it's calculated and popular and on point, do they? They just do it because it makes them happy, because they indulge in what they're indulging in is soothing, it's joyful, and it creates flow and happiness. And so Spirit is reminding you to do that. So in psychology, they say between the ages of 7 and 14, we literally do what makes us happy. So whatever it is for you that made you happy between those ages, before you started to realize that maybe it wasn't cool, or maybe your mates didn't do it, or, you know, we don't think about how accessible something is when we're small. We just do it because it brings joy and happiness. And so when you start to approach the age of 14, you're more socially aware of what is actually popular and what your peers are doing, and you get drawn into all sorts of different peer groups, don't you? And maybe they're not into whatever it is that makes you happy. So sometimes, not always, but sometimes we can actually stop doing what it was that we loved. That's actually why I ended up with Arthur the Shire, because I'd always had horses when I was small. I was very lucky to have horses between the ages actually of, well, from about 7 I was riding lessons, and then from the age of 9 I had a horse, on and off then all my life until I was in my 30s maybe. So, you know, way past the general point of 14, but then I was a long time without them. And so when I was going through the beginning part of my awakening and kind of reassessing myself, my life, and I did look back and remember that that's what brought me joy, was being around horses. And so I know not everybody's able to do that, but you know, you can go and have a lesson if that's the sort of thing that you are into. You know, you can find somewhere that has horses. There'll be somebody who is wanting you know, somebody to go and muck out and turn out and feed in the morning in return for a ride once or twice a week, you know, part loan or something. I don't know why we're talking about horses, but we are. So that's pertinent for somebody. So whatever it is, even worm farming, remember. Oh, look, there's a unicorn there. Whatever makes you happy, especially between the ages of 7 and 14, revisit that and go do it. And letting go. Number 35, which in numerology is 8. 8 is I can't say it. Infinity, infinite abundance. Go on, get your teeth in, girl. It's about karmic completion, having learned the lessons that we came here to learn. Okay, not everything, because we're never always not learning. We'll always be learning until the day we leave the earth. It's also about material success and personal authority and balance. You've managed to balance yourself with an 8, you know, and thinking about 8 on its side, it's infinite, it's endless. There's no start and no end. So whatever it is that you've been working towards, well done with the 8, you know. There is something that you're being called to let go, though, remembering that 9 is the end of a cycle with the life lessons, and so with the 8 you're nearly there at the 9, and so there's just 1 or 2 things that you still need to let go of, and you know what they are. You know, when I'm saying this, it kind of triggers you a little bit. I don't want to give that up, you know. It could be anything. It could be even a belief system, a thought pattern about yourself even, you know. Even being judgmental about other people. Something that, I'm not saying it's holding you back and you're going to be punished, you know, and not receive what you're here to receive, but, you know, these belief systems and behaviours can't go with us into the future. And so we're all reminded, aren't we, that we just need to clean it up a little bit and let go of something that might not be for our highest Good. Now, I really do want to pull a card from the Gaia Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Tony Carmine Salerno. But they're a little bit rude. They're a little bit naked and too rude for YouTube. So I'm going to show you these. This is I've split the deck on the Tree of Life, which is all about fertility and creativity, destiny and magical blessings. And you've got the 8 there. You've got the yin and yang, so that's balance. You've got the star, which is Aquarius, isn't it? I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the Ankh? No. Yes, I think it might be. And we've got heart for heart-centered feeling, which at the end of the day, all there is love. So I'm going to shuffle these off camera. And if I don't get a rude one, you can see it. And if I do, I'm just going to have to describe it. Okay. No, so that's fine. There's nothing rude on there. So we've got a 30, number 30, which is a 3, which in numerology is all about creative expression, communication, and joy, again, and your social connection. Flame Tree is the card and the start of something new. So Spirit, I love this. Even when we're using different decks, you know, the message is still synchronistic, isn't it? So, you know, you're not alone. You've got somebody looking over you, reminding you about your power. Just tap into your happiness. Just let go of 1 or 2 more things, and there we go, the start of something new. You've got everything coming to you. I've said this a few days ago, maybe about 5 or 6 days ago. There is something changing. There is energy that I cannot explain. There is huge spiritual warfare taking place, huge. The stuff that's happening to people who are part of the collective is just mind-blowing. If you're having a tough time, especially during the full moon, which was yesterday, but remembering that we still feel, or 2 days ago, remembering we still feel the energy either side for a couple of days, okay? Remember to do your releasing. Release things that no longer serve you to help you move forward into the new moon and the new cycle. People, places, things, habits, learned behaviors, belief systems, okay? Let them all go with the full moon energy. And remember that this too shall pass. Namaste to Spirit for channeling through me, and many blessings to you all. Oh, I've got to tell you, I was guided a few days ago to release my Soul's Whisper to the collective for free. I was told in 3 separate messages from 3 separate readers and intuitives that I follow that there was something that I had to gift to humanity for free. Give my energy. So it's like an energetic philanthropy, wanting humanity to be able to help themselves. And so the Soul's Whisper was written by myself, but it was channeled through me. I had no intention of ever wanting to write a document or a course or a book, or I don't even know what to call it. It's a course at the moment on the website perfecttherapies.online, and I was charging for it, which, you know, people were buying it, but you can actually go on there. I'm not going to say it's going to be free forever, but you can actually go and access it now and access all the information. I think there's 29 steps, and you can just go through it and take your own time. It's self-paced. If you wanted to make me a donation for it to fulfill the energetic reciprocation, you can do, but it's not essential. But yeah, go do that. Go and have a look at it and see what you think. Come and let me know, okay? So once again, namaste to Spirit for channeling through me, and many blessings to you all for supporting the channel.